CILC Action Coach, or the Caribbean Institute of Leadership and Coaching, is run by Ian Blanchard, who is the founder and managing director. The company seeks to get the best out of both employees and employers through re-education and unique approaches. It may seem somewhat of a unique field for a man who was first qualified in engineering.
But as I continued my engineering career, I began to recognize that my passion really wasn't technology. My passion was people and business. So I started dabbling, getting involved in a little bit of training and some emotional intelligence. So did DISC certification in terms of understanding why people do what they do. And then I went into looking at executive coaching. And once I did that, I still at Cape and West at the time, I began to then use what I was learning with my teams.
He would eventually go on to leave Cable and Wireless to establish the business 6 years ago. Mr. Blanchard says his training and experience over the years have shown him that workers often function at their best when they do something that they love. He also doesn't believe productivity issues are necessarily any worse in the public sector when compared to the private sector. He says that's why CILC Action Coach seeks to go below the surface at the individual level first in a re-education of both employer and employee.
What we first do is use an emotional intelligence approach. We tend to use profiles to begin to help people to understand their own natural disposition. The other thing we do as well is we link what happens at work to who they are becoming, and therefore what happens with their families, what happens with their children, what happens with their nieces, their nephews, their spouses. So when people begin to understand that what I do at work is an integral part of who I'm becoming, and therefore if I get bitter at an organization, I become a bitter person. So which means I take that bitterness home to my husband, to my wife, to my kids. And most people don't want to do that.
The managing director says it's especially important to include employers in the process, since training employees alone will not be enough to help a business achieve its best.
Because I'm a doctor and I'm a good doctor, it doesn't necessarily mean I can own a business that does medical, or an accountant or a technician or whatever it is. So what we are faced with is really getting people to understand, to recognize that as a business owner, you must grow. As a business owner, you must invest in you. Because we send our employees to do stuff, but then they come back into the business, but if we haven't shifted our perspective, then we're not going to accept that which may be very good for the business. So the challenge really is to getting people to recognize that a coach is really what we call an unreasonable friend. In that we are not here to collude with you for you to fail. We are here to push you so you can succeed.
Meanwhile, small, medium, or large business owners who want to get in contact with CILC Action Coach can call 436-1810, email admin@actioncoach.com, or visit their website at cilcactioncoach.com. Ryan Broom for the Business Report.